Hello, hi everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, yahoo yahoo. Ohayo gozaimasu. I'm Freodore, designer of NIJISANJI EN's 11th unit by The Beat. NIJISANJI EN 所属 by The Beat のビジュアルセンスがこだわりのデザイナー、Freodore です。おはようございます。Good morning, good afternoon. Hi everyone, hi everyone. Hello, hello, happy Sunday, happy Monday. 早安，早安。早安，早安，大家好。Buenas tardes, buenas tardes. It's been a bit. It's been a bit. I've been in the shadows, catching up on work, but progress has been doing pretty well. So I've been in a good mood. I still have some stuff to finish, but it really doesn't hard to do. Set aside a little bit of time to just have some coffee and talk with everyone. 初見です。いらっしゃい、いらっしゃい。そうですね、最近陰ながらいろんな作業してたね。来週の準備だけど、結構はかどってるから、なんかいい感じだと思うけど、まだまだ残ってるものがあるし、まあ頑張らないといけないね。でも、まあいつも通りコーヒー飲みながらみんなとお話したかったから。じゃあ今週もコーヒー撮影しましょうかと思ってたね。So, how about I introduce you guys to the beans we're gonna be brewing today. じゃあ今日入れる豆を紹介してみようか。Let's reveal the recipe here. What a surprise, it's not very different from the past few recipes. まあいつも通りあまり変わらないね、このレシピ。新しい豆だから同じレシピで入れるのをおすすめですね。新しい豆ならそうやってなんかもうプロセス分かってるから。If usually when tasting new beans, I recommend using a recipe that you're already familiar with. This is why we've been going with like the double bloom recipe. It's a recipe that I'm familiar with and that it goes according to my taste, and I already know that I like usually how the recipe goes, so it lets me have a nice base for me to test the variables that the beans include. I want to give out a disclaimer. This is not a sponsored stream. This is not a collab. I am not inviting you guys to do anything here. This is just like any other stream. I bought these beans myself and I am just sharing information regarding it. The reason I am saying this disclaimer is because this is actually a collaboration partnership with Onyx Coffee and Red, the organization. This organization is one that helps bring awareness and fight against HIV or AIDS in various countries in Africa. And I believe they partner with a few other brands. So this time they partnered with Onyx Coffee and they released a set of coffee beans, also based in Ethiopia. So the notes actually seemed really interesting for me. It seems to be a very high clarity bean, so I thought it would be cool to purchase and introduce the beans to everyone. I think on the website, I can share you guys this is the website for the collections, but they also have a Tumblr, and I think let me see in the website so I don't lie to you guys. Yeah, 77.5% of net proceeds from these products will go towards Red and supporting their cause. そうですね。まあ注意しますけど、これはスポンサーシップ PR 配信ではないね。コラボもないけど、 ただいつも通りコーヒー豆買って、ただ配信で紹介してますね。普通に注意しないけど、今回はOnyx Coffee と Red の組織のコラボだから、そして Red の組織はなんか HIV と AIDS をなんていうの、なんか治療とかがんの戦うとかを目指してるの組織だから、この豆買ったら多分 7% ぐらいがその組織になんかドネーションになりますね。So let's explain the properties of the beans. This is the page for the beans themselves, and it actually includes its own recipe, but I saw that recipe had multiple pores, and I thought, yeah, that was probably going to be a little bit more full-bodied and stronger than what I usually like my coffee. So we're going with my usual recipe. こちらもサイトをシェアしますが、そしてなんかレシピも書いてもらってるけど、まあこのレシピ見たら僕の好みはより強そうから、僕の好きな感じで入れてみますね。Where's my mark? Where did you go? Oh, there you are. If I put it over here, it kind of blends in the background. So these are beans from Ethiopia. It's a washed process, and they have notes of nectarine, milk chocolate, sugar cane, and cranberry. It's a Nordic style light roast, so it should be pretty light. And as for the berry roast, we're going to be doing 15 grams of beans, not 100. 15 grams of beans. 250 grams of water. I usually do 250 for washed and 240 for natural or more experimental processes. And we're going to be doing the usual coarse grind of 30 clicks on the Comandante C40. そうですよね。この豆は、品種はエチオピア。生成過程はウォッシュとね。日本語なら、水産地って言うかな。けど、普通にウォッシュでも言ってますと思うね。そして、味わいは、なんていうの？ネクタリン。なんだったっけ？なんかつばいももでしょ？つばいもも？ミルクチョコレート。砂糖きび。そしてクランベリーね。ネクタリンもわかる。なるほどね。ありがとうございます。そんな簡単に。ありがとうございます。そして豆は 15g、お湯を 250g、90センチで入れてみますね。そして、ミルでいつも通りの30クリックで粗挽きで引きますね。Here I am like trying to remember the name for nectarine in Japanese, and it seems like nectarine is just said nectarine, and that's fine. Thank you. Wase Eigo. So useful always. And for the recipe, it's just going to be 3 pours. So we're going to be doing first bloom at 45 grams, another bloom after 30 seconds to 90 grams, and then we pour the remaining of the water with a turbulent pour a little bit further away from the dripper to create turbulence. そしてなんかレシピでいつも通りの最初の蒸らしは 40g まで注ぎますね。30秒経って2番目の蒸らし 90g まで注ぎます。そして1分で残ってるお湯を注ぎますね。最後の注ぎでもっと遠くから注ぎますね。よし。So, with the explanations aside, I think we can go ahead and start the ASMR section of the stream. Thank you so much for waiting. よし。 トゥトゥルトゥトゥトゥントゥルトゥトゥントゥントゥルトゥトゥン。So the box is pretty it's pretty cool. It has like the red branding in it. It's completely red. A partnership to help fund the fight against AIDS. Cool. And then according to the description on the site, it says this wash lot from Bensa was sourced from Isla Bensa washing station nestled in the highlands at the Saitama region, an area renowned for its dense semi-forest and elevation-driven clarity. Cultivated at altitudes exceeding 2,000 meters, this coffee embodies the elegance of southern Ethiopia's washed profile. Expect a fragrant cup anchored by delicate jasmine florals, crisp melon, and subtle yellow fruits. Notes that unfold clarity and composure through careful extraction. That was what convinced me to buy these beans, because it's pretty much what I like floral notes, fruity notes, a light roast. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. そうだね、サイトの説明読んで、なんか味わいなんかちょっとフローラルとなんかメロンっぽくて果物の味わいがあるって書いてたから結構気になったね。僕の好きな味わいはそんな感じだから。Sometimes I believe this is seasonal. This is a seasonal product, so sometimes depending on the season, the notes might slightly change. これはなんか季節的に季節限定な豆だから多分季節によって味わい少しだけ変わるかも。Alright, let's open the bag. 袋を開けよう。Okay, I think so. We're gonna start warming up the water. The beans smell pretty sweet, but they're not super fragrant like the Chinese beans that we tried the other day or the Say Coffee wash that we tried. So since this is a light roast, what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna be changing the temperature of the water. I think 92 should be good here, so we're gonna try with that. そうだね、なんか豆の匂いはそんなに、なんか香りはそんなに強くなくて、まあ甘いけど、前試してみた、入れてみた豆と比べたら、そんなに強くないから、ちょっと、なんかお湯の温度を変わりますね。92度で入れてみます。Alright, so let's do 15 grams. Of beans. じゃあ 15g 入れてみます。Oh, look at you. No beans getting spilled. Let's go. And I just spilled one. In the end. In the end, I still need to master my technique. また少しだけこぼしたね。結構こぼしてなかったのに。ハネスカフェ日本でも飲みたい。日本でも、まあ、オンラインストアで 豆買えるけど、多分シッピングが高くなるけど、普通に買えると思うね。売ってるよ。興味あったらぜひ。種類が多いから。Alright, so we did 15 grams of beans. I want to check if they have the roasting date on the bag or somewhere. I'm kind of curious to see if they included it this time. ちょっとなんか焙煎の日が書いてもらってるかな。Oh, okay. This was roasted the 26th of January. So, it's a pretty good time to try this. Some time has passed. そうね、1月の26日でこの豆焙煎されたから結構いい感じね。普通になんか焙煎から2週間ぐらい経って入れるのをおすすめですね。Usually recommend to wait around 2 weeks after coffee has been roasted. Sometimes I'm impatient and I want to try something new in a Zatsu, so I do that before, but this is the perfect timing. Speaking of which, I tried the Lao Shu Jai Chinese beans after the intended 2 weeks, and I feel like the flavors got way more pronounced, so it's quite nice. Oh, also, I forgot to change the setting on my microphone. なんかマイクの設定を変わって忘れましたね。すいません。There you go. Now you should be able to hear my whole room. 部屋の周りを聞こえるようになったね。すいません。Now you can hear the coffee bean maracas better. No, you didn't miss the clicks. I've been using the same clicks on my grinder forever, so I haven't been setting up the grinder in a while. You wanna hear clicks? Yeah, there it is. But usually I do 30 clicks, so that hasn't been changing. そうね、最近いつも30クリックで豆をひいてますからあまり変わってないね。同じ設定でひいてます。なんか結構粗挽きが好きだから。the sending on the mic. I see. Right, because you guys can hear it, huh? Alright, so we're gonna start grinding the beans. じゃあ豆をひきますね。This is a very interesting sound. I feel like most of my beans don't usually sound like this. ちょっとなんか、弾くの音がちょっと違うね、普通に。全然硬くない。They're not hard at all. They're pretty easy to grind. 弾きやすいよ。全然。There you go. 豆弾きました。 豆の特徴。そうですね。そして焙煎によってね。焙煎にも関係あるね。おはようございます。おはようございます。Buenos días. よし。So we're gonna start. We finished grinding the beans, so we're gonna start with the brew. 豆を引きましたので、コーヒーの粉をドリッパーに入れます。Whoa, these are super fragrant now. I smell like, I guess like peach, but I guess that's like the nectarine. 結構香り強くなったね。なんか一番わかる匂いはネクタリンです。まあやっぱりね。Sorry, I thought I heard Gatita for a bit, but she's not in the room. Maybe it's just me. ガティタは少し超えたと思ったけど部屋にいないから。おかしいね。Alright, let's heat up the water. I think it's 87 right now, but we wanna have it at 92. じゃあ今お湯が87度だけど、まあ92まで温めます。She's been showing up a lot less on stream these days. It's because it's cold. When it's cold, usually cats like to sleep more or hide. She comes out in late at night usually. Just tapping the brewer because tapping it will psychologically make me feel like I am helping speed up the process. And there you go, 92 degrees. Okay. お湯も準備だから入れてみます。What do you use to brew? On the left you can see my dripper. My dripper and equipment, the filters. Okay. So, let's start out with the brew. じゃあ、入れましょうか。最初の注ぎね。We're gonna do gentle pour. Doesn't need to be too fast. Until 45 grams. There you go. 45g まで注ぎますね。最初の蒸らしを優しくでもいいよね。And we're gonna wait 30 seconds. Oh, my mark is in the way. There you go. Now we're gonna pour up until around 90 degrees. 次。90まで注ぎます。OK。And soon we'll reach a minute. Okay, 1分. Now we're gonna be pouring a little bit farther away to create more turbulence. Up until 250 grams. 今回遠くから注いで250までね。はい。We're gonna swirl a little bit to make sure that it doesn't drain too fast. そんなに早く流さないようにぐるぐるしますね。ドリッパーを。And let's see how long it takes to brew. I am estimating around 2 minutes. Based on how fast it's draining. It's draining pretty fast with this grind. So it's pretty good. No, it's gonna take a little bit longer than 2 minutes. なんか2分ぐらい期待してたけど、少しだけ、多分、2分30秒ぐらいかな。Around 2 minutes 30 is probably gonna be the finished brew. And we're done around 2:25. So we're good. できましたね。処理しました。2分25秒ぐらいだったね。Alright, so let's put stuff away. I don't really smell much of the notes that I got from the grounds, I mean, so. Interesting. そんなになんか、コーヒーの粉の香りは今わからないね。Let's give it a try. No, not even cranberry. When it was a coffee, when I was grinding it, I could smell the nectarine the most. But let's see how it goes. Warning for those that are bad with drinking noises, I'm gonna slurp a little bit to taste the notes of the coffee, but you've been warned. Warned, not warmed. ちょっと注意しますね。飲むのとか苦手の人、ちょっとなんかちゃんと味わえるためにうるさくて飲みますけど。気をつけてね。Alright. いただきます。Provecho. Gracias, gracias, gracias. Alright, I have changed the setting on my microphone, so we're back to normal. マイクの設定に戻りましたね。This is pretty interesting. Now I can taste, I don't know if I taste the nectarine as much. It's definitely fruity. It's very, I would say, it does feel like the clarity is pretty high. I do feel like it starts out kind of sweet, like a sugary, like a natural sugary kind of sweet. And then after that, it becomes a little bit fruitier. Very like, I think it starts out with like the sweetness of perhaps like a melon. Like sugary, then turns into a little bit more of into like a melon, and then the aftertaste is more fruity like a berry. Like maybe that's the cranberry they're talking about. So maybe it's like the sugar cane and milk chocolate being like a little bit at the beginning. Then it turns into more like a melon-ish, and then it ends with like a fruitier, like a more tart kind of note, like the cranberry. But this is not thick at all. This is a pretty light, like light-bodied coffee, which I personally like. It does not feel heavy at all. 結構なんか透明感が高いと思うね。美味しいです。なんか最初になんか砂糖みたいな甘さがあって、少しだけなんかメロンっぽいの味になるけど、後味はもっとなんか、まあ圧倒的ではないけど、なんか ベリーの酸っぱいみたいな味が残るね。そして全然こってりではないね。なんか濃厚ではない全然。結構浅いだね。You know, it's not a thick or rich flavor. It's more like it's a light. It's a light, easy to drink. ミルクとかに合わなさそうな。まあ、このレシピだね。このレシピで多分、別のレシピでコーヒーをもっと強くなって、多分ミルクを入れそうね。Like tea light. It's more like tea light. That's usually how I like brewing my black coffee though. I feel like this is kind of the coffee that I would like to drink if I'm just like, this is not something I do, but I can imagine like depending on the like appreciating a landscape or something, just sitting outside and just drinking there without I don't know, it feels super comfortable to drink coffee in a way. Comfortable seems so weird to describe, but it's just like it's almost refreshing in a way. そうなんか景色を見るたびに飲みたいね、このコーヒー。結構なんかリラックスできるな味があると思う。ちょっとなんか説明のは難しいだけど。なんか熱いコーヒーなのに、なんていうの？爽やかな感じある。Like a cozy. The thing is though, like when I think cozy when it comes to like a coffee drink, I would think like a rich but sweet kind of a brew. That's kind of like a hug, right? Like a nice, comfy, warm hug. But I don't think this is like a warm hug. I think this is more like a side hug. No, I think it's more like during the summer when you're trying to sleep and you cannot sleep without a blanket on, and you put like a pretty thin cool blanket on top and it feels kind of like fresh. That's kind of like the feeling it reminds me. そうね、多分さっぱりで説明できるね。多分、この説明が多分珍しい、変だけど、夏の時、まあ、寝る時に、まあ個人的になんかブランケットなしで寝るのが好きじゃないけど、まあやっぱり夏だから暑いよね。でも結構なんか、細いブランケットをつけて、なんか結構なんかフレッシュな感じがあって。さっぱりだと思うよ。爽やかな感じがある。Sweaty, humid. I don't think sweaty is what I would describe this coffee with. I don't think sweaty is what I would describe this coffee with. I don't know. But the thing is, though, I don't think I related to summer as much, though. I think it's that feeling during the summer, but I think if I associate this coffee with a season, I think it's closer to spring, which is kind of accurate too. But we're getting closer, right? 季節と関係があるなら、けど夏とそんなに感じがないと思うね。季節を選んだら多分春かな？春な感じがあると思う。これは結構なんか変な説明だけどね。These are very like unprecise, unscientific, very subjective kind of impressions, but this is kind of like the vibe that I'm getting from this coffee. I feel like I would get fired if I was a judge in a barista competition. I'm like, yeah, it tastes like a blanket. It's like, okay, who got this guy in? Who got this guy in here? What is he? そうね、なんかバリスタ大会で僕が参加してたら多分もうやめられるかな。何言ってんのこの人。ちゃんとリビューして。Then again, like some type of like the food animes kind of like do these kind of analogies also, right? That sometimes it feels like super silly, but けど確かになんか料理アニメでそんな比べ方があるね。特に食撃の相馬で結構面白い説明がありますね。Yeah, stuff like in 食撃の相馬 there's like very interesting descriptions of the flavors. If it was me, would it be like 入れ劇のふりよ? コーヒー劇のふりよ? For having the guts tongue, I have a tongue, but I don't know if I have the guts tongue. I don't think I'm that good at discerning flavors. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. Kami no shita 全然持ってない。全然持ってない。デザイナーの下かも。I have the designer's tongue, but not the God's tongue. Speaking of which, though, because when a tailor and a barista walk into a bar, I am not a tailor. I am a designer, but I am not the type of designer that actually like tailors clothes. I am the designer by the beat more in terms of like the vision, the aesthetic vision, and the production side of the live house, but unfortunately my DIY hand skills are not good. So usually like I take part more in direction and in technical hands-on work. Lighting and stage design, right? Lighting and stage design is just one of the things that I've worked in the past. In the end, By the Beat is our live house, so I just thought not sticking to one role and just designer would work the best for me. そうね、個人的になんかデザイナーなのに DIY が苦手ですね。だからなんかちょっと、なんか自分で、なんか服とか、服装デザイン作るより、なんか、僕のビジョンをいろいろなんか、企画、担当してますね、バイタビットライフハウスで。そしてもちろんなんかプロダクション、なんか照明とか音質とかを担当してますね。I don't know if I want to call myself a director because in the end, like, all by the beats opinions are taken into account and we all kind of chime in into what we want to do, but I do focus a lot on the aesthetic vision of things in my activities. そうですね、なんかアーツディレクターとかなんか監督の、ね、自分に呼びたくないね。だっていろいろなんか何かあったらバイトビートのメンバーさんにも相談してるから、みんなの意見が大事だし。でもまあ活動で僕は結構なんか美術的をこだわってますね。まあビジュアルセンスがこだわり。Yeah, no, that's a nice cup. This is a nice cup. I'm trying to think of like what I would eat it though. やっぱり美味しいよね、このコーヒー。けど、このコーヒー何と食べるかな。So I don't think I would want to eat it with like chocolate or something. I think I would want to eat it with something else, perhaps. 何がいいかな。だってチョコレートとかその結構甘いスイーツはそんなに似合わないと思うね。I think this would go well with like a bagel. Either a salty or a sweet bagel, I think. I think it would go good with it. 結構なんかベーグルと似合いそう。甘いとしょっぱいの。どっちも。Specifically, I'm picturing like a bagel with cream cheese and then something else. Like it could be either ham or it could be something sweeter, right? 結構なんかクリームチーズ入ってるベーグルを想像してます。Lately, I've been really enjoying bagels with cream cheese and a chipotle raspberry sauce, which is like a raspberry jam that's spicy and it's super nice. The cream cheese, the spiciness and the tartiness of the raspberries, they mix super well. I've been really enjoying that, and I'm usually I like plain bagels also, but sometimes I like cinnamon bagels as well. And I think right now the ones that I have are blueberry bagels. So it's been pretty nice. そうね、最近結構ハマってます。なんかクリームチーズとチポトレソース、チポトレラズベリーソースにベーグルに入ってて美味しいです。なんかラズベリーの の酸っぱい、チポトルの辛い、そしてクリームチーズのなんか明るいしょっぱいが美味しいです。玉ねぎではないよ。自分で作ってない。多分クリームチーズの滑らか。そうそうそう。滑らかね。Spicy jam works. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty popular. Chipotle raspberry, chipotle. There's also like chipotle something another berry I think. It's really good. 甘くて辛いってこと？そうそうそう。甘くて辛くて甘いソースだ。日本でチポトレはわかるの？Do you guys have Chipotle? Like Chipotle in Japan? And I don't mean like the restaurant, right? Like that. I mean the actual sauce. The condiment, I mean. Chipotle? Chipotle ラズベリー。あるかなI didn't try this with a bagel, but I tried it with just regular toasted bread, like whole wheat toasted bread. And I also tried that Chipotle raspberry sauce with peanut butter. And it also made like a pretty nice peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The spiciness of the Chipotle really raises things up. I don't know, maybe it's just me being Latin American, but it's super nice. そうね、そしてなんかベグルではなくても、普通のトーストでピーナッツバターと話してたチポトレラズベリーソースを混ぜていいコンビになったね。ちょっとなんかピーナッツバター&ジェリーサンドイッチになったけど、辛さがいいと思う。多分ラテン系だからその好みがあるけど多分作れるかも。Yeah, no, if they don't sell it wherever you're at, I think it's pretty easy to make. It should be pretty easy to make. 辛いの得意です。なんかスーパー得意って言えないけど、まあ普通に好きだね。辛い。No me queda de otra que hacer esa mermelada. Debería ser fácil de hacer. Debería ser bastante fácil de hacer. Creo que ese tipo de salsa de frambuesa chipotle es muy común con... Creo que agarran una barra de queso crema, la bañan en esa salsa y con galletas tipo Ritz. A las señoras les gusta comer eso mientras chismosean. Esa es la imagen que tengo, es la botana de los chismes. Se juntan las comadres con su quesito y su salsa chipotle y se ponen a botanear. You know, I think in Latin America this is pretty common. Like, they will buy like a stick of cream cheese, like the little rectangle. They will like soak it in the chipotle raspberry sauce, and then with like Ritz kind of crackers, they will eat it. And it's kind of like this image of the snack the aunties like to eat while they're like gossiping around. It's like the gossip snack. The gossip auntie snack. For some reason. そうね、ラテンアメリカそのイメージがある。チポトレラズベリーソースが、クリームチーズに入って、そしてなんかクラッカーで、しょっぱいクッキーで食べますね、おばさんが。おばさんが集まって、そのお菓子食べながら噂話する。クリームチーズの味噌つけ。初めて聞いた。クリームチーズの味噌つけ。確かになんか形が似てるけど、味はどうかな。いや、味噌つけ kind of the shape looks similar, but I don't know if the taste is similar. Okay, yeah, I just found like a picture for it. お酒によく合う？美味しそう。Okay, time to show you guys some random picture. ちょっとなんか写真見せますね。It's kind of like a dip, almost. I mean, these are fancier crackers than what people usually do, but it's probably way better with these. こんな感じですね。So that there's the cream cheese. Oh, let me put the image below my mark. There you go. So yeah, there's the cream cheese and it's like bathed in the chipotle sauce. いや、作ってなかったよ。ただネットでこの写真見つけた。And then there's like the crackers that people use. 僕は全然これは作ってなかったね。そんなに綺麗写真を撮ってないよ。今日見てるね。なんかクリームチーズ。チポトレラズベリーソースに入ってて、そしてなんかクラッカーで食べますね。You're supposed to cut the cheese with a cracker. You usually use like a butter knife. これ家作れるよ。普通に。難しくないよ。ラテンアメリカでお店でも売ってるけど。普通に作れるよ。Yeah, you can buy the sauce at home, but people can make it just fine also. 辛くて甘いから美味しい。朝食べるおやつ、お昼ぐらいでね。Yeah, this is something that people will eat usually in the afternoon. But sometimes at night also. まあ夜でも食べる人が多いね。なんか仕事の後で友達が集まってこのお菓子を食べるとか。There you go. Yeah, no, I think it's like an afternoon thing, but also it's kind of common that people will like after their work, adults will meet up at night, get together, and then also eat something like this as a snack. コーヒーにも似合うんだね。まあ多分このコーヒーなら似合うと思うけど、多分もっとこってりなコーヒーはそんなに似合わないかも。I don't know if it would match coffee. Maybe this coffee would match well because it's pretty light, but maybe a more rich drink would not really match at all. Because I think like the spiciness of the chipotle would kind of get in the way. Of the coffee. 少しだけなんかソースの辛さがコーヒーの味わいにちょっと邪魔する気がするね。I really feel like it would maybe get in the way. But you know what it's good with? It's good with wine. I like it with wine. With red wine. 個人的にお酒なら赤ワインと美味しいと思う。Spicy coffee. I'm sure that's a thing somewhere. I'm sure that's a thing somewhere. Like a shaku. Yeah. Actually, like, it's not uncommon to people have this as one type of snack, and then on the other side of the table, there's also like, I don't know how do you pronounce it? Charcuterie? 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 I don't know how to say it. But yeah, that's common, and I like charcuterie a lot. あれを発音するのは難しいよね、英語で。Charcuterie. Charcuterie. Is it like artery? Charcuterie? 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 Let me look this up. 調べてみるわ。Pronunciation. Charcuterie. Charcuterie. I see it, got it. Charcuterie. It's probably a French word, huh? 多分フランス語の言葉かな? How do you say that in Japanese? 日本語でなんて言うの? Charcuterie. Charcuterie. もっとキュートになったね。The Japanese pronunciation is cuter. So in Spanish it's just charcutería, no?スペイン語でチャルクテリアっていう。鳥じゃないかも。Charcuterie. As I was saying, I really enjoy red wine with charcuterie. I think it makes quite a pleasant, a delightful companion to the red wine. I feel like I evolved now. ちょっとなんか進化した気がするね。PR stream voice. Maybe. If a charcuterie brand wants to. Is there even a charcuterie brand? If a wine brand wants to sponsor me. I don't know if I should be getting sponsored for alcohol, but maybe a charcuterie tasting snack or something instead. But yeah, no, it's actually like a snack I grew up with eating, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And yeah, it's pretty common for people to like set different kinds of snacks on the table. There's the charcuterie board, charcuterie. There's also the Chipotle cream cheese snack that I showed you guys earlier, and then there's sometimes other stuff. Don't you like whiskey? No matter how much I've tried getting into it, because I know whiskey can get also pretty fancy, I cannot get into whiskey. I don't know why, I like vodka, I like tequila, but whiskey is a little bit hard for me to get used to. I don't know why. そうね、個人的になんかウイスキーはそんなに気に入らないね。なんか、ウイスキーの世界も奥深いだと分かってるから、結構、なんか、いっぱい飲んでみたことあるけど、テキーラとウォッカ好きなのに、あまり飲めないね。なんだろう。個人的にテキーラや赤ワインの方が好き。And I know whiskey is like an acquired taste, but I have not acquired it yet. なんか少し、なんかゆっくり、ウイスキーはゆっくりもっと飲みながら慣れる気がするけど、まだ慣れてないね。テキーラ好きなのはすごい、まあもちろんですね。もちろんです。Of course I like tequila. ジャパニーズウイスキー飲みやすいよ。日本にいた時に、なんていうの、黒霧島。飲んでたけど、まあ、そんなに気に入ってなかったね。初めて飲んだけど、多分、別のブランド飲んでみたら美味しいけど。¿Qué te gusta? Me gusta. Yo soy más de tequila blanco, pero en general me gusta. No importa la variedad. Ya si es súper barato, medio corrientón ahí sí, no. Porque no soy de tomar tequila o tomar alcohol en general para emborracharme. Me gusta disfrutar el sabor del alcohol, ¿no? Así que una marca que me gusta mucho de tequila se llama Fortaleza. Fortaleza blanco me gusta mucho. Yamasaki とか白水。飲んだことないね。Is tequila also an acquired taste? Maybe. I mean, if you're not used to spirits. Yeah, no, I feel like usually for tequila, I like white tequila more than the colored one, but if it's good, I'll drink it. I don't like the super cheap tequila though. I don't drink alcohol to get drunk, so I like to enjoy the taste of it. There's a specific brand that I like called Fortaleza that's pretty nice. It would mean fortress in Spanish. Yeah, また今度日本にいたら山崎を飲んでみるか。Con limón y sal o así nomás. A veces con limón, pero usualmente así nomás. Okay, esto es cultura de los extranjeros, ¿no? Que se toman el tequila de un shot y y luego le muerden al limón, ¿no? Como para cortar el sabor, pero creo que, según yo, se supone que el tequila se bebe en sorbitos. Y el limón es por si se lo quieres poner al tequila. So, there's like a difference in culture regarding tequila, especially like overseas, where people will usually like, maybe it's because they're drinking to get drunk and they're not drinking to enjoy the taste or anything, or they just don't like the taste, but they like the strength of the tequila, right? They'll drink the tequila in one go, and then they'll have like the lime, and they'll buy the lime to like cut the taste or something. Like as a, what do you call it? They call it in English something. It's like it's not the follow-up, it's the... there was a word for it. The chaser, yes, chaser. But tequila is not meant to be drank like that, I'm pretty sure. Tequila is a drink that you sip slowly, enjoying the flavor. And if you get lime, it's so you can put it on the tequila, like a few drops. And that's only if you want. But tequila is kind of like something you're supposed to drink slowly, take your time, enjoy it. You don't need to like drink it all in one go. そうね、なんかいろんな国はその文化があるけど、まあラテンアメリカはそんな感じではないね。まあ人によってけどな。多分青春はもうこんな感じでも飲んでるけど、なんかテキラは多分アメリカで普通になんか一気に飲んで、後でなんかライムをなんか噛みますね。ただ早く酔っ払うために。でもラテンアメリカで特にメキシコでテキーラはゆっくりで飲むはず。ライムがあるならじゃあ少しだけライムを入っていいけどテキーラはなんかゆっくりエンジョイ飲み物はずなのに。いや、コップは小さいだね。テキーラグラスって呼ぶのグラスがあるもんね。Te gusta beberlo despacio, es que así debe de ser, ¿no? Si el motivo es disfrutar el tequila, sí. Si el motivo son shots, pues ya es diferente, ¿no? Could just that the drink quality isn't as good in some places and that doesn't taste as good. Yeah, exactly. Like if they're drinking like cheap tequila to get drunk, then it's not gonna be a pleasurable experience, a pleasant experience when you're drinking it. Slowly, right? So maybe that's also why they bulb like that. Red wine is a bit different though. I feel like red wine, you can find some gems that are pretty cheap. Spirits, cheap spirits I kinda don't really mess with though.まあそれはもうコクテルだね。生で飲んでない。今日多分まあ安いテキーラならまあそんなにゆっくりで飲むのはちょっとなんかなんていうの、まあ強すぎるから味はそんなに良くないからだからみんなは一気に飲んでるね。まあ目的によってね。ラテンアメリカでも一気に飲むけど。まあ青春型だ。酔いたかったらそうするね。It's not like in Latin America people don't drink it in one shot, right? They still do that if they want to get drunk or if that's just how they enjoy their drinks. But traditionally, it's meant to be drank slowly. I mean, no es como si en Latinoamérica la gente no se lo toma en shots, ¿no? Ya depende de cómo la gente le guste, pero tradicionalmente se supone que era algo que se tomaba lento, ¿no?ドンフリは気になったまま、それはびっくりしたね、日本にいた時に。だって、ラテンアメリカで ラテンアメリカでドン・ホリオは全然なんか特別なもの飲み物ではないね。なんか普通ないつでも買えるテキーラだけど日本に行った時になんか結構ドン・ホリオが特別なイメージがあったって気づいて、すごいよ。こっちに普通だけど。まあ、インポートされてるからね。I've been told drinking because you enjoy to drink makes you an alcoholic. How often are you drinking and until what state are you drinking? Are you drinking just one because you enjoy it, or are you drinking because you like the feeling it evokes on you? Do you drink wine to accompany a meal, or do you drink wine for something else? That's the difference. In the end, it's important to be responsible with these kind of things, you know. I personally don't even drink much anymore. I drink socially, and I don't really have had the chance to do it, so I don't really. I rather drink coffee. There is some pretty tasty cheap wine though. Nihon no umeshuが海外にあんまりないのと似てるかも。梅酒かな。また酸っぱいのコクテルと少しだけ似てるけど、まああんまり似てないね。梅酒が美味しいよ。美味しい。I really like I think I've said this before, right? Like my favorite cocktails are mojitos. I just like how simple and refreshing they are. そうね、なんかコクテルなら一番好きなのはモヒートはね、爽やかだね。シンプルに爽やかな感じあるね。Highballs are also pretty good. I like the simple mojitos. No fruits, nothing. Like maybe a lime grind or a lime peel, not a lime slice on the edge of the glass, and some peppermint. Peppermint is important, but yeah, no need for fruits or anything else. シンプルのモヒトが一番好き。ただなんかライムスライス入ってもいいけど、ペーパーミントもいいけど。いっぱいなんか果物入ったらまあもうそれはモヒトじゃないねと考えちゃうね。ミントとライム、そう。美味しいよ。There was this really cool anime that I used to watch. I think it's over now. It was called a Bartender. It was really cool. It was I really recommend it for people that like a more relaxing, no big stakes, just an anime you can watch while cooling down. I can recommend it. It's pretty nice. It's about this bartender working in this bar, and he's super observant. He's super observant, and every episode there comes like a client with different troubles, different circumstances, and the bartender, based on like the little details, mannerisms he observes, he is going to make a different drink that's perfect for that client, and he explains why that is, what he observed, and then also like the origins besides the drink, what that drink is meant to like evoke. It's pretty nice. I really like that. Just mainly because the the bartender was super observant, and you could see like all the details he was paying attention to. As someone that likes focusing on details, I think it was cool how you can translate that into like finding the perfect drink for people. The anime is called Bartender Glass of God. I think it used to be a really old anime and manga. I think the manga's from... Well, it's not super old. It's from, what, the 2000s? The 2004-ish? And then it had an anime in like the early 2010s, but 2 years ago, they made a remake for it, which was pretty nice. そうですね、なんか思い出したね。2年前ぐらい、なんか新しいのバーテンダーのアニメがあったね。結構面白かった。なんか、チルい時間過ごしたかったら、そのアニメをおすすめできるね。話が結構面白かった。あのアニメの主人公がバーテンダーだって、そして毎回いろんななんかお客さんが来て、主人公が、なんていうの、なんか気づくスキルが高いから、いろんなディテールをきつくて、お客さんに完璧に合うの、飲み物作ってる気がするね。結構面白かった。なんか昔の漫画だったけど、2004年の漫画だけど、2年前ぐらい新しいのアニメーションシリーズが出たね。僕は飲み物を作るのが好きだから。結構気になってた。紙のグラス。そう、Glass of God. Yeah, it's called Bartender Glass of God, or Bartender 紙のグラス。It's a pretty chill anime. I usually do not watch a lot of chill animes because I get bored. Or I need to be really in the mood for them, but since I haven't interested in drinks, like not just coffee, I like the process of making drinks in general, then I was really into it and I never felt bored watching it at all. そうですね、僕はあまりなんか、チルいアニメをそんなになんか気分によって見るけどあまり見ないね。でも飲み物を作るのが興味あるからアニメを見てみて全然つまらなかった。面白かったね。結構面白かった。全然なんかつまらない部分が全然なかった。バーテンダー紙のグラス。そう。あれね。And then this year, we're gonna get a new anime called The Tears of God, I think. No, Drops of God. Drops of God, which is a manga that I really like. And it's based on wine. It's a wine tasting anime. And it's, I think, I don't know if I remember the plot correctly, but it's this guy who's like the son of like this big wine figure, and that he has passed away. So in order to get like the inheritance, they have to like complete different kinds of like challenges that involve like taste testing different wines. It's pretty good. そうですね、そろそろなんか神の雫のアニメ出るね、今年。昔漫画を結構読んでたから楽しみしてます。話も面白い。それはなんかワインのアニメだね。I think like the protagonist has to compete with someone else to see who gets like I don't know if it was the inheritance or something else. But they have to like search for 12 special wines or something. 懐かしいね。 あれも多分2000時代の漫画だったから。ライブアクションシリーズもあるけど、それはなんかフランスのシリーズだと思う。I think there's a live action for that manga, but I think it's like a French live action or something. Or I don't know if it's a French live action, but I think the pro tag is a French lady instead of a guy. フランスのライブアクションではなくて多分なんか主人公変わったね。あのアニメで、ライブアクションで、主人公がフランス人の女の子さんになったね。But yeah, I'm excited to watch that. It's been a while, so. 久しぶりだからアニメ見るの楽しみするね。You know what? Wine is really nice with a pizza. I really like a glass of red wine with pizza. Like a simple pizza with maybe just one kind of meat. If it's like just salami, pepperoni. Or just like a classic. Like a classic margarita. I think in the end just cheese and wine mix so well. So of course pizza makes a nice combination. Not like Pizza Hut, right? I mean, sometimes I don't think I will judge anyone for eating delivery pizza. I still eat delivery pizza every now and then, and if you want to eat it with wine, why not? Delivery pizza sometimes has been around for us when other pizzas aren't. But lately, the prices aren't so different from local places. So if you can find a nice local place, that's also nice. Hatoro formaggi. あ、わかるね。わかる。Prosciutto ham pizza. That's really nice. That sounds nice. Prosciutto is pretty good. Frozen one. I mean, if you enjoy it, why not? Why not? Wait. Tomorrow is National Pizza Day? What? 今日はピザの日なの？まあ、アメリカだけどね。I see. In America, tomorrow is actually Pizza Day. Interesting. I didn't know that. 知らなかった。Is there an international? インターナショナルの日があるの？ World Pizza Day, February 9th. Oh, wow. Okay. So it's international. アメリカだけじゃなく、世界ピザの日だ。今日は、まあ日本でね、こっちはまだ。まだ早いだけど。National Pizza Day Yoshikatsu. I mean, if you guys want to treat yourselves to some pizza with Furipape, be my guest. He likes pizza, so why not? Why not? Have you tried out pastor pizza? I've tried cochinita pizza, but I don't know. Usually when I want to eat pizza, I want to eat proper pizza, you know? そうですね。ピザの日なら、まあ、みんなが、もちろんぜひ、フリパペもピザが好きだから、推し活でもいいよ。全然。Quattro formaggi pizza. Oh, that's really nice. I really like I think quattro formaggi goes really well with more than like a red wine. I would combine it with more like or like a Chardonnay. Like a white wine. I usually do not drink white wine by itself, but with meals I do like it. そうだね、quattro formaggi pizza なら、赤ワインより、シャドネーの白いワインがいいと思うね。Korean sweet potato pizza. I've never tried it, but it does not sound like something appetizing for me. Like sweet potato pizza. Sweet pizza. 何ピザが好きですか？普通のシンプルなピザ好きだね。マルゲリータとか、ペペロニとか、サラミとか。There's this local place that sells it's called like I think it's just the dish for the restaurant, and it's called like a Sicilian pizza. And it has I believe it has like a is it there's like some arugula and some other sauce, I forgot. But it was super nice, the seasoning and the spices that they add. How was it? But it's not like actual Sicilian pizza. It was from this specific store in Latin America where I grew up. Let me see if I can find the menu. Deep dish pizza. The cheese is under the sauce. The cheese is under the sauce. It's okay. It's not really what when I want to eat pizza, I don't not think of deep dish. I think of like more of the traditional. Wait, did I find the menu? メニュー見つけたかな? I think I found it. I think I found it. メニュー見つけた。昔のお店ね。好きなピザが結構良かった。So it has a pomodoro sauce, pepperoni, Italian sausage, gorgonzola, cheese topped with fresh basil, rosemary, and a touch of pepper. Yeah, that was the one that I really liked. And I think I order it sometimes without the Italian sausage, so it does not get too overwhelming. But yeah, no, the gorgonzola makes a big difference, the gorgonzola cheese. And the rosemary also. Super nice. そうですね。まあ育てたのところ近いのレストランで結構このピザは一番好きだったね。ポモドールソース、ペペロニ、イタリアのソーセージ、ゴルゴンソーラチーズ、なんていうのベースを日本語で。バジル。バジルも、and then what about rosemary? バジル、ロースマリー。そしてペッパー。入ってたね。美味しかった。すごく美味しかった。いつも面白いよ。なんか、食材を日本語で調べたら全然わず英語だから、なるほどね。そんなに考えなくて方がいい。 It's always the same. So, how do you say this ingredient in Japanese? Rosemary, rosemary, oh, basil, basil. Ah, okay. Maybe it's just better if I just say things without having to like look them up. It's always like this. I tend to lean towards medium to thin crusts. I don't like if the thrusts are too thick or too bready. I prefer if it's thin. それなんかピザのパンね。ピザのクラストなら、まあ普通になんかメディアムと細いの方が好きだね。ありがとう、和製英語。こうやって共有できるから。通訳できるから。コミュニケーションできるよ。通じるね。通じれるね。Thanks to 和製英語 we can communicate so much in Japanese. Crispy, yes, I do lean towards crispy. I do not like soggy soft pizza slices. I like it, I think it does not have to stand up, the slice does not have to stand upright firm. But it does not have to, but if it sogs down all the way, then I think it's usually like to the point where you have to eat it with like a fork and knife. I don't like that. そうだね、なんか結構ピザはなんか結構ソフトならちょっと少しだけもっと硬った方がいいよね。Stuffed crust is okay sometimes, but sometimes it's too heavy, you know. Cold pizza the next day. I like that for cheap pizza. For like delivery pizza, I like the cold pizza for the next day. Pari pari no suki. そうそうそう。まあけどバランスがあっていいと思う。In the end, I think it's important for there to be a balance. But you know, to everyone where it's already the 9th, happy pizza day. I hope you guys have a very nice pizza day. Even if you don't eat pizza, have a nice pizza day. まあでもね、もうそっちでハッピーピザの日だね。ピザ、今日もピザ食べなくていいよ。素敵なピザの日を過ごせますように。I don't like holding pizza, makes hands greasy, so I use fork and knife. I will eat pizza with fork and knife if it's super soft. If it's like too heavy, that like picking it up will make the toppings all like drop, and I don't like that. If I have to eat a pizza like that, then I'll eat it with a fork and a knife. But I think usually like good pizza will have a balance so that the ingredients and the toppings and the cheese stay in place. Of course, since it's mozzarella, right? Mozzarella is okay for it to like be stretchy and have the cheese pull, but if the toppings are falling all over the place, then I don't like that. ピザってカロリー高いのよね。まあそうだねけど、カロリー管理できたら全然問題ないね。なんかダイエットはなんかなんていうの、まあ個人的にね、僕の意見だけど、ダイエットするのは後でやめるのことではないね。永遠に続けるのことだと思うね。 だから時々なんか好きな食べ物食べていいよ。ただなんかバランス、健康な生活が大事だね。耳に痛いだって痩せるために好きな食べ物を食べなくてダイエットする。それは苦しいでしょ。大変だ。だからまあまた言うけど、これは僕の意見だね。永遠になんか好きな食べ物、バランスがあってダイエットをするの方がいいと思うね。もちろん毎日ピザ食べたら良くないけど、たまにね。日本ではそんなに心配しなくて方がいいよ。日本の食べ物は結構ヘルシーだから、海外と比べたら食べ物は全部フレッシュだから。そしてコンビニでもいろんな健康な種類があるけど、海外では難しいよ。Yeah, no, someone mentioned something about like pizza having high calories, and yeah, it is true. But I think having like a balance where you can eat the foods you like every now and then is good. This is just my opinion, but when it comes to dieting, I think dieting is something that you should be able to continue forever. Dieting should not be something that you do for a while until you lose weight or you reach certain goals and then you stop. Because then you'll lose whatever progress you had, right? So instead of like cutting off everything you like for the sake of reaching one objective faster, then maybe it's just better to like plan a system where you can compromise and eat what you like. And keep that forever if possible. Of course, there's like replacements you can do. Of course, it's gonna be hard to like keep everything, right? And then eat everything every day. But Greek yogurt goes pretty far. I don't know, as a Greek yogurt fan, I think Greek yogurt is really cool for substituting a lot of things. Yeah, everything in moderation, right? I feel like there was something else that I wanted to do. Oh yeah, but like I wanted to say, yeah, but like I think a lot of people in, I don't know, maybe this is my perspective as someone that went to Japan already, but especially Japan, but I think over in Asia, you guys have a lot more options for like fresh food, fresh healthy food that's not as expensive. So maybe it's okay for you guys not to worry at all. There's like a lot of healthy, tasty options that are fresh. And I think like sometimes here in overseas, it's kind of hard to find healthy options that aren't super expensive. If you go to like something like a convenience store, there's nothing healthy there. It's kind of... It's kind of difficult. That's why I was like so amazed by the konbinis in Japan. It's about calories. Yeah, I mean, calories are just energy. Calories just determine how much you're intaking for the energy that you expense. And that can also be related to your weight. But being thin, being a certain weight does not mean you're healthy either. But you know, it's really as simple as like I get that for some people it's stressing, but for me, back when I used to try and lose weight and work out a little bit more consistently, being able to like have an idea of how much calories I was intaking at that time and having to make adjustments to meet my goals was pretty useful. Was really useful to figure out, yeah, maybe I am doing too much here. Let's balance that out a little bit more. And to this day, I don't really need to think about it much. I kind of like already have a mental idea of how much I need to intake and how much I intake. To the point where like I barely change weight. But I think it really depends on the person's personality. I know for some people like counting calories and stuff is super stressful. And I think like overdoing it is not fine, but I think it's okay to be conscious of what you're eating. But more for like a weight goal or anything, or just for health, you know?そしてそうですね。まあ、昔、なんか痩せたかったの時があったね。あの時は、カロリーはどのぐらい食べてるを全然思ってなかったけど、なんかちょっときついて、いろんななんか、なんていうの、なんかカウントするより、ただ何を、日常で何を食べてるをちゃんと考えたら、あ、なるほどね。多分これは陽気かもって思ってたね。そうやってストレスがそんなに高くなくて、もう時間が経ったのに、今も未だに、なんていうの。なんか体重があまり変わらないね。もう管理するの慣れたから考えなくて。Of course, it's gonna be different for each person's, right? I do have a fast metabolism, so I have an advantage there. And that is a privilege that I cannot just say, oh, it's easy because it works for me. I think it's more important to find something that works for you and that isn't too stressful, because if it's stressful, then it's kind of counterproductive, you know? もちろん僕が代謝が良いから、まあ多分結構言うのが簡単でしょ。人によって。でも一番大事なものは、そんなにストレスがなくて健康な生活をなんか健康で生きれるのがいいよね。みんなの必要ものが違うけど、ストレスがあるなら、まあもうあれも問題だからね。People often forget diet is not everything. Exercise is a big part of healthy life. So yeah, exercise is also important. I think it's just because when people diet, they focus on losing weight, and usually, while exercise plays a part, I think diet is usually the most important thing for losing weight, right? もちろんなんか運動も大事だよね。もちろん。みんな今年も健康な年を過ごそうね。Let's try and spend this year healthily. surprisingly, I am not someone to get sick often. I think last time I got sick was when I came back from Japan last year. So it's already been a year since I last got sick. So I'm happy about that. That I've been able to stay healthy. Like other than my voice related issues, which are more like fatigue related, more than like an actual like disease or anything. It's nice to be able to not worry about that. そうですね、なんかよく考えたら、多分、日本から帰ったかな。全然病気になったことないね。もう1年経ったよ。だって、去年1月で日本に出たから。それは良かったね。健康で活動を続けるから。もちろんなんか喉の問題があるけど、時々なんか様子ね。時々良くない時あるけど、それはなんか病気よりただ無理かな。いっぱい喉を使ってるから。でもなんか耳鼻咽喉科に会えて全然なんか問題ないって言われたからやっと安心できるね。Speaking of like my voice related stuff though, like seeing the ENT, and I think something that's been helping me is that the ENT like actually properly checked my vocal cords and everything. And it turns out that I don't really have anything dangerous, anything that I should be worrying about other than the usual like technique, vocal hygiene stuff. And I think that has been a relief for a lot of stress, because sometimes not knowing what you have is a little bit of can even make you feel worse, right? So it's been a relief that it's more of a regular fatigue than anything. And of course I have to like not overdo it, right? I think it's still something that I wanna be a little bit more conscientious about. And I'll keep doing the little things that I've been adjusting in my activities to allow myself to be able to use my voice more often. But I'm glad there's nothing like urgent or wrong, or that would require me to stop doing any activities. そうですね、いろんななんかまあ喉を休めるためにいろんな活動で変わったけど、まあそれ続けてもいいよね。ただ危ないことがないと言われてマジで安心できるね。とりあえずできる限り気をつけますね。喉のユース。Anyways, I think it's about time that I wrap it up here. There's still some stuff I have to do before our activities next week. So I think it's gonna be nice too. It's gonna be okay to close it off here. Thanks so much for joining me today. It was a nice coffee, pizza, alcohol Zatsu today. じゃあそろそろ終わりますね。まだ残ってる作業があるから。ありがとね、来てくださって。楽しいコーヒー、ピザ、お酒、雑談だった。I think I won't see you guys until the JST birthday countdown. That's gonna be on Tuesday at 6:30 a.m. PST. We're gonna start like 30 minutes before my birthday in JST. That's when I'll see you guys next. 初見ですがいらっしゃい。And then we're gonna be doing another countdown for PST time. And it's very possible. It's very possible, I still do not have this confirmed, that the PST countdown stream might be combined with a anisong karaoke stream. If it's not combined, then it's gonna be the day after. But it's very possible that it's gonna be a karaoke stream and then the EN count and then the PST countdown. So please look forward to that as well. And yeah, I'm gonna have a schedule next week. I'm gonna try having a schedule for next week soon. そうですね、多分また誕生日JST の誕生日カウントダウンまで合わないですね。あの時多分誕生日の日本の0時30分ぐらい前に配信しますね。カウントダウンします。そして後で僕の時間のカウントダウンもして、多分カウントダウン前にアニソングの歌枠も行いますね。まだPST のカウントダウンで歌枠するのはまだ確認できないけど、無理ならじゃあ日本の12日でアニソングカラオケを行いますね。I'll reveal the birthday tag later today also. I'll reveal the birthday tag today. 今日もバースデーのタグもお誕生日タグを教えますね。Thank you. Are you gonna get a cake? I don't know, maybe. Lately, buying a cake for myself has been too sweet, so I usually avoid it. Any rules set for the tag? Keep it to birthday-related stuff. I am probably not gonna view the contents of the tag on stream, but I'll be looking at them on my own as I go. But it shouldn't be too different from the regular tags, if it's related to the birthdays, then it's good. Speaking of which, I guess I can thank you guys for it already, because these are events that already happened and they're already added in the general tag. But thank you to, I think there's 2 events that already happened. The Crowned by Design birthday event in the Philippines and the Iridescence event in Taiwan. Thank you so much, fans, for organizing. Thank you so much, Doremin, for organizing these events. I hope you guys had fun. It's a big honor to have something like that organized for my sake and to celebrate my birthday. So thank you very much. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. It was cool, and also thank you so much for organizing the event and following my usual tag guidelines. You guys did great, so thank you. そうですね、もうこのイベントもう終わったし、ジェネラルタグでもつけてるし、今誕生日のファンカフェイベント、クラウンバイデザインのフィリピンイベント、そしてアイルデンスの台湾イベント企画してくれてありがとうございますね。みんな楽しんでくれたらよかったね。ありがとう。まあいろんなX でいろいろ見てたからすごかったね。I saw some posts from the general tag that looked really cool, so thank you very much, everyone. I'll probably think again in the next countdown in case people were not present here, but appreciate it. Super cool, especially because it's cafe theme, right? And also, birthday oshikatsu is fine to put in the tag. I guess what I can ask is just cosplays go in the general tag, and art goes in the art tag also. So if cosplays can be avoided in the egosa tag, that would be great. Just in case people are not around when I explain the tags. But yeah, no, other than that, birthday tag's fine. そうですね。改めて、まあ、誕生日グッズは、誕生日タグで、まあ、僕の誕生日の関係あるのポストはなら大丈夫ですね。もう使ってるタグみたいなら全然大丈夫ね。けど、ただ、この前、エゴサタグ説明配信いなかった人に、コスプレをエゴサタグで投稿するのを控えてくださったら嬉しいですね。コスプレならジェネラルタグでいいと思います。イラストも同じですね。ありがとうございます。Anyways, before we end, I'm gonna be reading super chats, and then we can call it a day, alright? じゃあ終わる前にスーパーチャットを読ませていただきます。マクロさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。Thank you very much. アーカイブもよろしくお願いしますね。Thank you very much. ゆうかちゃん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。お誕生日おめでとうございます。いってらっしゃい。頑張ってね、仕事。カオピリさん、Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Do you like the seasoned coffee comparison? Maybe I should try doing that from now on. What do you guys think? Like associating a drink with a different season of the year? みんなはどう思う？また新しい豆を飲んでみたら、季節と関係、季節の関係あるの季節をと思ってくらいとか。面白そう。銀さん、スープチャットありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。確かにね、そっちで結構寒いですね。みんな気をつけて。あったかくして過ごしてね。I think in some places right now it's super cold already, so make sure to stay warm and take care everyone, okay? Over here it's not that bad, so very good, very good. 小鳥さん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。いぶりがっこ。調べてみるわ。ありがとうございます。面白そう。Oli, thanks so much for the super chat. 谢谢你。Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad you liked the stream today. Fudge さん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。言語の勉強を応援してますね。頑張ってください。ありがとうございますね。来てくださって。FeBREWary, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Good luck with your studies. Thank you very much. ニーポーさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。そうだね、みんな、ドレミン、ハートビーツとリスナーさんが健康でいれますようにね。いられますように。ありがとうございます。ズーズーさん、Thank you so much for the スーチャットありがとうございます。確かにね。久しぶりな感じがあるね。ありがとうございます。まあ、来週は忙しそうだから、楽しみにしてね。And I think next week is gonna be pretty busy, so we're gonna make up for the lack of streams this week. Mint Rain, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, the coffee was really good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's have a nice week. Tier-kun, thanks so much for the super chat. Kapun kurat. In Thai? I mean Southeast Asia, right? The land of eternal summer. It's okay to burn calories, but please don't burn your skins, everyone. Take care. Wear sunscreen. Thank you, thank you. レモンクリームさん、スーパースティッカーありがとうございます。Number one, Zhang Hao Fan. Thanks so much for the super sticker. 峠さん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。プロフェッチョね、ありがとうございます。ペピさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。お腹すきましたが、すいませんね、みんな。結構、食べ物の話だったね。美味しいものを食べたらいいよ。Sorry everyone that got hungry through the topics of today's Zatsu stream. I hope you guys can have something nice to eat today. Thank you very much. 飯テロね、そうだね。Do you guys know this saying in Japanese? Meshitero. It's like food. It translates to food terrorism, like food bullying. And it's like basically the act of showing off your food or talking about food to make someone hungry. Meshi means food. So, yeah, that's a commonly used word, meshitero. It's like you're terrorizing me with food right now. When I'm hungry and I haven't eaten anything, how could you? Kind of like that, right? Also, since we talked about wine, I think how about we make wine the word of the day? I don't think I've taught you guys wine even though how much I like it. そして今日も結構ワインの話があったから、じゃあスペイン語でワインの教えようか。お、let me. I think it's not too hard. あんまり難しくないと思うからいいと思うね。Vino. Wine is vino in Spanish. スペイン語で vino っていうよね。If you want to say red wine, you don't say vino rojo. You say vino tinto. 赤ワインなら、red wine, vino rojo って言わないよね。vino tinto って言うよ。 Red wine is vino tinto, not vino rojo. But white wine is vino blanco. So that one's okay. けど白いワインならビノブランコもいいよ。ただ赤ワインはビノティント。It's kind of different. Yeah, exactly. Vino blanco is a thing. That's why we say it in Spanish. That's how we say it in Spanish, but we don't say vino rojo. We say vino tinto. Tinto in Spanish means dark red. That's why. Tinto はスペイン語でなんか暗い赤の意味ですね。I think there's a few countries in South America that call coffee, like black coffee, they call it un tinto because of the dark color also. So なんかいろんななんかコロンビアとかいろんななんかラテンアメリカの国、メキシコではないけど、なんかコーヒーは、ブラックコーヒーはティントって呼ぶね。暗いの色だから。Me voy a tomar un tinto. I think a lot of countries say it like that. Where I'm from, they don't say that, but some countries do. 僕の出身はで言わないけど。いろんな国でね。コロンビアと。暗めの赤、ティント。そうですね。だからなんかワイン色もいいでしょ。もうあるでしょ。There's like the wine color, right? Color vino. It's kind of like that. That's why. But it was like tinted. It does kind of sound like tinted, right? Anyways, サムガリさんスーパーチャットありがとうございます。楽しみですね。ありがとうございます。マルさん、thank you so much for the super sticker. スーパースティッカーありがとうございます。DMCs, thank you so much for the super sticker. 謝謝ね。Lenny, thanks so much for the super chat. Thank you very much. I'm glad you had fun at the event. Thank you very much. Thank you. リンコさん、スーパーチャットありがとうございます。はじめまして。いらっしゃいね。これからもよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。ぜひぜひ。いつでもね。Lexus, thanks so much for the super chat. 謝謝ね。辛苦了。謝謝。Thank you very much. Oh, also, I think I can also talk about the next coffee satsu before we end. 終わる前に、次のコーヒーサツさんでも話せるね。Next coffee satsu is not gonna be on Sunday or Monday in JST. Next coffee satsu is gonna be on Saturday, the 14th, because I'm gonna be spending Valentine's with everyone and try some specialty chocolate. I already have prepared the chocolate that I'm gonna order. I still haven't ordered it because I don't want it to go bad. But I'm trying like a Valentine set of like dark truffle, a variety of like specialty dark truffle chocolate, which seems really, really interesting. So I'm gonna be trying that on stream. And that's gonna be at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so that because I know for a lot of people in Asia it's gonna be on Sunday, so that way it's not gonna be as early as usual. そうですね。今週は、今週のコーヒーサツさんは月曜日ではなくて、日曜日で行いますね。まあ、こっちには土曜日だから、 まあ、バレンタインの日だね。だから、そして、高級ダークチョコレートトラッフルを買うつもりだから、配信で味わってみようと思ってたね。バレンタインで。そして、あの日は、いつもの7時にじゃなくて、8時から始まりますね。まあ、週末だと分かってるから、すいませんね。すいません。早く目覚めさせて。でも今ならぜひ、チョコレートコーヒー殺談しましょうね。But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing if you have nothing better to do on Valentine's. We can have a coffee chocolate Zatsu. At 3 p.m. Pacific time. I'm really curious though because something I noticed because I think I did get to try a different set of specialty dark chocolate, but these weren't truffles, they were normal chocolates, and I noticed that I don't really enjoy eating chocolate by itself that much. I like having like a square or two to taste it and be like, oh nice, this goes well with the coffee. That's it. I don't like eating like a whole bar. That's too much for me, even if it's dark chocolate. So I'm curious about how these truffles will go. I might get tired of it while I eat them on stream. So we'll see. 最近これきついたね。なんか高級ダークチョコレート。なんかトラッフルじゃないけど、食べる機会があったけど、そして美味しいけど、まあ、これは分かったね。チョコレートなら、いっぱい食べるのが好きじゃないね。少しだけ味わってみるのはいいけど、コーヒーとね。でも、なんか全部食べるのはあんまり、なんか飽きるね。ダークチョコレートでも。だから今回のトラッフルは気になるね。トラッフルって言うかな。Have you tried Dubai chocolate? No, I have not. I have not. It does not seem like... I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it once, but it's not something that I'm dying to try. あ、トリューフって言うんだ。トラッフルじゃなくて、トリューフ。トリューフ。トラフル、トリューフ。OK。すいませんね。トラフルって言ってたけど、トリューフ。わかりました。Alright, guys. I think also I was able to read all the super chats, so we're gonna be ending it here, okay? スーパーチャット全部読めたので、ここで終わらせていただきます。Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys on the JST birthday countdown, okay? また、JST の誕生日カウントダウンに会いましょうね。またね。See you guys. Hasta luego, chicos. We're gonna be redirecting to Mr. Debonair's stream. He's doing some Go I don't know, working stream it seems, so if anyone needs to be productive, we can go there, okay? 今、デボネアさんが作業配信してるみたいから、そこにリダイレクトしますね。 いい感じだよね、デボネアさん。It sounds nice, like Mr. Debonair.